Alice Osborn in the house.
Squid arms. Or like the wave.
That's gonna be the thumbnail on there when I change it to change it to YouTube. That's funny. Hey, thanks for tuning in. We have Alice Osborn in the house.
Which is why we're doing great.
Hey everybody. Oh, jellyfish.
Jellyfish. I'm sure they're all doing it in return to you. Yeah.
So this is the second time Alice has been with us here on Facebook Live. We invited her back because she's going to be the MC at our Neville's Quarter Songwriter Bonanza too.
Making it happen.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Yeah, the one in January was January 6th or 7th was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
So
Thanks for coming out to that one too.
Yeah.
We've changed things up since you've been on here last. Now we flip a coin to see who goes first.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that.
All right, I call heads.
You call heads?
Uh-huh.
All right.
What is it? Squid tails or squid
Ooh,
heads?
tails.
It's tails.
So we go first.
These guys go first.
So we'll start off with one of ours, and then you'll play both of yours in a row, and then we'll finish with this one.
All right, sounds great.
Sound good?
I'm excited.
Cool.
Hey everybody.
What are we doing first, Lex?
We were doing Karma Who.
All right.
Yeah, and Alice is going to be doing the shakers.
Shakers. Thank you all for tuning in today and spending some time with us.
Thank you. You may run, but time has a way of catching up. Preaching church by praising mirth, begging chords with a hole in your cup, wasting chances given, praise for the close up. It's falling wide, it's melting, seep through your makeup. Caught in the symmetry, you'll get fired. You make a fire, the flames you'll have the bride. Karma who. In time, she will catch up to you. Finished lines break on your face, looking hollow first. Time opens the divide between skin and bones. It's a silent force, a word in your short time. Karma who, in time she will catch up to you. The endless night, praying not to get caught in that home. Feel your own time, breathless at night, all alone. Where did the breath go? Where did the breath go? Running from fate all alone. Where did the breath go? Where did the breath go? Hiding spots, burn those havens you now avoid. Praise the church and preached only mirth and basked in your holy schadenfreude. But you're running, oh you're running from karma who. Karma who. In time she will catch up to you.
Thanks, Alice.
Give me
What's
another
up,
one.
Raleigh?
Percussion session.
Didn't know that I
Thank you.
Awesome. So
makes music and entertains.
so since the last time you were here, you had some changes. You're now the president of the North Carolina Songwriters Co-op?
Yes, I was the membership coordinator of the Songwriters Co-op, and I was voted in as president.
Woo-hoo!
Yes,
Hey.
and I'm ready. I'm ready to
Congratulations.
take on the responsibility and the leadership. And as part of my platform, one of my goals is to have more events for our members, and also to have more gig opportunities, paying gig opportunities for our members too.
Awesome.
And we are doing just that. We're working with other people in the state, and I'm connected because I also volunteer on several other nonprofit arts organizations, and bringing songwriters together with those other links is what I aim to do.
Awesome.
Thank
Good.
you.
Yes. Thank you, Alice. I believe you're actually responsible for our next gig, right?
Yeah, I am. I love doing that. I love being responsible for people's happiness.
Yeah, we got invited because Alice knew somebody in New Bern.
They're doing an amazing project called the Golden Road, I think, right?
Yes,
Is that
the
what they're
Golden
calling it?
Railroad, Golden Highway for musicians.
Golden Highway for
Yes.
musicians, yeah.
And a lot of it has to do because Goldsboro was one of the first places that gold was discovered along with Charlotte. It was not Sacramento, California in 1848.
Love it.
It was in the 1820s, 30s here, right here in North Carolina.
That's
Awesome.
so cool.
And so, thanks to Alice, we're getting treated like royalty this weekend in New Bern. They're putting us up in a hotel, and feeding us and paying us.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Great.
It's how it's supposed to be, Brian.
Our hard work
feel
is
like-
actually paying off.
Yeah, driving 5 hours, not even getting a bottle of water. That's happened.
So speaking of
Your own water.
long trips, speaking of long trips, you have a couple songs about the Donner Party. Right?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
I've become a Donner Party scholar in my spare time. And what I have prepared here are 2 songs. The first one is called As Fast As You Can, and it was based off a real life letter. The Reed family was one of the Donner Party leaders. So we all know George Donner and Tamsin Donner. Okay, if you don't know, just bear with me. The Donner family is what the Donner Party's named for, right? We also know that the Donners, they had to cannibalize because they were in a really bad spot. Most of the survivors were by Donner Lake, but the Donners themselves were over at Alder Creek, 7 miles away. So they had poor resources, they ran out of food, and they didn't even have log cabins. The other leader was also in bad shape, but under different circumstances. His name was James Reed, and James Reed was a friend of our 16th president, Abe Lincoln, because they fought together in Illinois in the Black Hawk War.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so Abe Lincoln could have gone and been with the Donner Party, but he wasn't because he wanted to be a politician. That was his goal, and the two just didn't match
That kind
up.
of gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. So James Reed, his wife was Margaret Reed, and Margaret was a sickly lady, and there were 4 kids. His stepdaughter, Virginia Reed, she was really smart, and she was a tomboy, and the song is based off her letter after they survived to her cousin, her girl cousin over in Illinois. There was her little sister, Patty, who was really a sweet kid, really smart girl, and the 2 girls have a lot of kids, so there's a lot of Reed descendants. The 2 younger brothers, Jimmy and Tommy, had no kids. One married, one didn't, and so their family, so the Reed line died out. The Reeds did not cannibalize anyone. They held themselves intact. Now, the thing that happened was terrible is that James Reed tells everyone to take this shortcut because it's going to save everyone time. They're running behind, and if they take the shortcut, they're going to save time. But what happened was it was a terrible mistake. They had to blaze a trail, which the Mormons benefited from the next year. But that wasn't helping the Donner Party.
No.
They blazed the trail, they lost their oxen, they ran out of water, they ran out of food, and this is all before they hit the mountains. This is all before they hit California. And James Reed, he's in a road rage incident with this other guy, and he's the teamster for the Graves family. They get into James gets into a knife fight. He kills Snyder. Then he's banished from the Donner Party, and Virginia and another guy, they give him food, water, and a horse. He makes it over to California, but he can't get back to save his family. Now it's just his wife and 3 kids. because she has widow status, even though she's not officially a widow, she gets the brunt of everything. So she doesn't get good food, she doesn't get good oxen, she gets she's poor. And she has to share all her things and be really smart and wily so that her kids have Christmas dinner, her kids don't starve, because nobody's looking out for her except herself. And everybody survives, but it is a hard road to hoe. And that's what the song's about. It's all true.
And it's called, what's the
As
song?
Fast as You Can.
Cool.
So there's your history.
What's the fastest you can play this song?
Right? Like 180 beats. Just kidding.
Well, we'll hear it the normal version first.
Okay, and it's brand new. It's one of my new ones. And it'll be on my next CD. Never take no shortcuts. Never drink up a tall line. Never be the last man, so hurry as fast as you can. Daddy says a man can't wait, so other folks will stake a claim. Daddy says we can't be late or we'll end up with our face. Left everything behind us, Raleigh and the good stones. Daddy's making no friends when he says we must ration food. Never take no shortcuts, never drink up a tall line, never be the last man, so hurry as fast as you can. Get going, you oxen, get going, you cows, get on wagons over that hill. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Daddy has to leave us, Daddy's tears won't dry. Daddy just killed a man, now they all want him to die. Daddy, take this horse. Daddy, take this bread. Daddy, take no shortcuts, so the back road is just ahead. No, it wasn't easy. No, it wasn't fair. We nearly starved to death in the Donner Party affair. Oh, we took no shortcut. We drank up a tall line. We were the last men. Paradise was over the bend. Daddy led an army. Daddy got some friends. Daddy walked up the mountain and we hugged him all over again. Thank God we all got through. Crazy winter we survived. Miles smarter than Daddy ever knew. Yes, sir, we're still alive. Never take no shortcuts. Never drank up a tall line. Never be the last man. So hurry as fast as you can. Oh, hurry as fast as you can. Thank you, my friend.
Yay. Thank you. That's
Right.
fun.
I like that.
I like that
I
one.
like the chorus, the never take no shortcuts, never drink up a small. Yeah, that's right.
And it's apropos for the rest of your life, because don't take any shortcuts in your job, in your life, in your relationships.
It's interesting that you were able to carry such an upbeat tune, but it is heavy actual content. It's like the content is heavy and emotionally, but it's still like, it's like perseverance, the way that you keep on going through it. Like a happy tone, but it's like still.
And I've been reading and writing and studying the Donner Party. I've been doing so much work that now I'm picking apart things and looking at inaccuracies. And the Donner Historical Summit Society out in California, they actually have me on an outreach basis, because that is cool. And I'm really excited about that. And I will get out there to Truckee, California. I've been looking at some Airbnbs.
Nice. Yeah.
And if anybody's out there, the Donner Party hike is September 14th to the 15th.
Oh.
right after California Day, which is September 9th of this year. And they're also having the 150 celebration years of the Transcontinental Railroad too, which was built by the Chinese over Donner Pass, because that was the real thing to getting people from the east over to California. That's what really did it, not the wagons. It was the railroad.
Yeah. I remember watching some TV show that was all about that. I forget what it was.
All right, so we're ready for William Eddy?
Well, first I want to know, you have a CD. Where can people get your CD?
Oh, well, they can get it from me. It's called Old Derelicts. You can get it off my website, and you can also get it right from CD Baby, Amazon. That's the easiest thing.
Spotify. I did that
Spotify, yeah, everything. It's heavily available. But if you see me, I will have my CD with me. It's called Old Derelicts.
And what is your website?
It is my name, which is AliceOsborn.com, but there's no E at the end of Osborn. So it's ALICE, like Wonderland, Alice in Wonderland, Osborn, OSBORN.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you have a whole series of Donner Party songs. So this next one's another one?
Yeah, it's another one. It's my third one. So my goal is to write 12 or 13 Donner Party related songs and make sure they don't sound the same. Goal number one. Goal number two, they don't make someone just go into a quarter and kill themselves. That's goal number two. That they're uplifting in a way, and they teach, and that they also are, they can go towards schools to teach school kids about the Donner Party. Now, if you're a school kid over in California, you know about the Donner Party. So I would say California kids are pretty tough because they have to learn about this hard stuff that happened in the 1840s, which Eastern kids don't get to learn as much. And it's a tough subject. You should go in and go, oh my God, that's a hard story. Oh my God, oh my God. It just keeps like one thing over the other. But it's a great story about perseverance. Yeah. My next song, William Eddy, is about perseverance. As a one man, he was a carriage maker from Chicago. We don't really know where he came from. There's mysterious bringings. We don't know anything about his wife Eleanor, but they had two kids. They had James and Margaret were the two little kids. He didn't have a whole lot of money, so he was helping the Donners with their wagon and their goods. And then he ran out of water, ran out of food. And what made him valuable, his skills, like Napoleon Dynamite says, you got to have skills, is that he was the only hunter in the group. So when they were trapped in the mountains, he felled a 900-pound grizzly bear.
A liger? Did he find a liger?
No, he didn't find a liger.
Oh, that was kind of
No, but he was pretty skillful.
900-pound grizzly bear.
900-pound grizzly bear. 900-pound, which is a little bit weird that a grizzly bear would be wandering around the Sierra Nevada mountains.
It is weird? Oh.
Yeah, well, and not hibernating. And he was a skinny bear because the meat only survived about a week. Well, Eddy is pretty mad that they can't get over the mountains, so he leads, along with another guy named Charlie Stanton, they lead a party of 15 people. The 15th guy drops out. 14 people, half men, half women, and they leave their spouses, some spouses behind. So either the spouses travel together, but in Eddy's case, he left his wife and he left his two kids behind because they were very weak just from the travel that had taken place months and months before. But Eddy was strong, so he and the other snowshoers get some snowshoes on their feet and they hike out of the mountains, and bad stuff ensues. They get lost. Charlie Stanton dies, and he's the one who knows how to get them out. They have two Indian fellows, but they don't speak English. There's a communication barrier, so they have to resort to cannibalism. And Eddy's the last one to do so because his wife Eleanor packed some bear meat in his backpack, and she wrote to your wife Eleanor, your dear Eleanor was part of the note, a little love note on the bear meat. And he gets there to the Indian village. He's the only one to make it. His bloody tracks in the snow. He makes it. The Indians backtrack and help the other people who were left behind. And then he initiates 3 more rescue parties. And he finally gets over the mountain on the 3rd one because he's still weak from the last 2. He gets over the 3rd one. He rescues the Donner daughters in March 13th the next year, 1847. And Georgia Donner, my song is from her point of view. This is her point of view. Yeah, she was saved. She was 5 years old, and her sister Eliza was 3, and her older sister Frances was 6. Their mom did not go with them because their mom was Tamsin Donner, and she decided to stay with her husband George Donner. And very sad. But what the good thing was that he saved the 3 girls, but he lost his wife and he lost his 2 kids. But he has a plaque on his grave for his bravery today. Yeah. Are we ready?
Good. And this one's called William Eddy.
It's called William Eddy. I'm just gonna take a sip here because it's.
Good for the singing.
This is a brand new song. I just wrote it this week. William Eddy, do you remember me? I am Georgia, and to your tender care I owe my life. William Eddy, what was your destiny? Why did you come so far, staring at different stars? William Eddy, the hour of our jeopardy, you borrowed and killed, left behind all you knew. I was 5 when you saved my life, but you couldn't settle sons and wife. Was it worth it to be so kind? Was it worth the sacrifice? Through the what ifs and the cries, my sisters and I survived. You told our mother you'd save us or die. William Eddy, you led us through the pass, over the summit, never stopped. William Eddy, the hour of our jeopardy, you borrowed and killed, left behind all you knew. I was 5 when you saved my life, but you couldn't save your sons and wife. Was it worth it to be so kind? Was it worth the sacrifice? Through the what ifs and the cries, my sisters and I survived. You told our mother you'd save us or die. Was it worth it to be so kind? Was it worth the sacrifice? It took everyone you loved away. I was 5 when you saved my life, but you couldn't save your sons and wife. Was it worth it to be so kind? Was it worth the sacrifice? Through the what ifs and the cries, my sisters and I survived. You told our mother you'd save us or die. Yes, you told our mother you'd save us or die. William Eddy, do you remember me? Thank you.
Very nice.
That's good.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for coming back, Alice. We appreciate it.
Oh, I couldn't
Yeah,
wait
it's
to
very
hear that.
fast.
Fun.
So, upcoming gigs. Where can people find you
I
in
will
that real
be-
life?
Yeah, in real life, I will have my CDs there too. I am the volunteer music booker for the Western Lake Farmers Market, and we are book solid for our season. And I am playing our season opener, which is the Western Lake Farmers Market, which is the town of Morrisville, and that is 9:30 to 11:30 this Saturday morning. And then I am also playing right here in Carborough at Second Wind, and that's
nice.
7 to 9 also on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'll be one of the singer-songwriters for NC Songwriting Circle Songwriters Showcase. There we go. NC
cool.
Songwriters Showcase, which is run by Ari Papalardo, and Ari put this together. And I've known Ari for a while, but our paths have been crissing and crossing, and he knows me through poetry, so I'll be reading a few poems out there as well. And next weekend is Fun Guys Brewing in Raleigh from 6 to 8, so that's a totally early show if you're not a late night person. And then Saturday the 13th, I will be 7 to 9 at Unwind on White, which is in Wake Forest for my Wake Forest friends.
Awesome.
And that's all I've got right now.
Yeah.
I always find your ability to book inspiring.
Thank you. Well, I find your ability to book inspiring.
People say that about you.
Oh yeah.
That's nothing.
It seems like every weekend you have 3 things lined up, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, but during the week I've been
You're
practicing
busy.
and honing and writing and doing stuff you're supposed to do to prepare. So it's all not. It looks like you're booked, but you're trying to, you want to be slowing down during the week. That's really important, because I've done busy, squirrel, squid, jellyfish, and then it goes down, because your body can't take it, your voice can't take it, and then your quality goes down.
You know the standards. That's important. I know you are super busy, but I'm relieved to hear that you actually do have that downtime.
Did you
make that?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I make it happen. I do make it happen, and I've got other things going on. When I'm not playing music, I'm a book editor, and
So she does all these things.
yeah, I'm keeping up with the news, and that's a full time job. Yeah, history.
That's a draining.
Yeah, well, some of it is. Some of it
Obviously,
isn't.
she can do it.
Well,
And she knows how to rest.
I'm all into politics, so it's been
That's
a part
good.
since I was a little kid, and I do have a political song, which I won't share with you tonight. But I love. I've got one political song.
Are you the one from DC?
Yeah, I'm from DC. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got one political song, and some people get it, and some people don't, and it's fun, but yeah.
Well,
Cool.
since you're so inspiring, we decided to put searching for inspiration for you.
We don't have to
Okay.
search too far.
All right.
I'm searching for inspiration in everything I hear and see. I'm staring out a window at the scribing leaves upon the tree. I open 2 different books to 2 different pages in a hour to see. Time keeps ticking, watch the sand fall quickly. I'm trying to birds fly free. I'm searching for inspiration. Unlock the gate with your magic key. Inspiration strikes, it's a fire back. Flames spreading all directions. And I'm grasping to hold on tight, 'cause it's my job to try to catch them. I see a song in the paintings on the wall, I see a poem in the leaves that fall, I see a story in the faces that pass me by. I see a world of opportunity in every single word of it. I see it pushing for the wonder and a map forming in the sky. And I'm searching Time keeps ticking, watch the sand fall quickly. I'm trying to let the birds fly free. I'm searching for inspiration. Unlock the gate with your magic for inspiration. Everything I hear and see, I'm staring out a window. I describe the leaves upon the tree. Open two different books, two different pages in a Bible to see. Time keeps ticking, watch the sand fall quickly. I'm trying to let the birds fly free. I'm searching for inspiration. Unlock the gate with your magic key. Unlock the gate with your magic key.
Oh, I love it. So good.
Thanks so
That's
much
all
for
good.
coming out, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week. We have somebody awesome going to be here.
We always do.
Yeah, always do. I'll let you wait and see who it is. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.